You sent the text 3 minutes ago. No reply yet, so you check your phone. Again and again. You start typing a follow-up message. Then delete it. Then type it again. Sound familiar? That's not just being anxious about texting. That might be a wound from your childhood showing up on your phone screen right now. Stick around, because sign number 4 is the one nobody talks about, and it's probably happening to you this week. Okay, so here's the part that really got me when I first learned this. Anxious attachment isn't about being too much. It's not a personality flaw. It's actually a survival strategy your brain built when you were a kid. I mean, think about it. If a caregiver was inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes distant, sometimes just not there, your little kid brain had to adapt. It learned, I have to work for love. I have to stay alert. I have to make sure they don't leave. And that strategy, it worked. Back then. But you're not 5 anymore. You're an adult, dating, texting, building relationships. And that old survival wiring is still running in the background, quietly shaping how you love people. Here's the thing. Most people with anxious attachment don't even know they have it. They just think they're a lot, or too sensitive, or bad at relationships. I used to think that about myself too, not gonna lie. But it's not a character flaw, it's a pattern. And patterns can change once you actually see them clearly. So today, I'm walking you through the 7 signs. Some of these are going to be obvious. A couple of them? Honestly, they might surprise you. By the end, you'll know exactly where you land, and more importantly, what to actually do about it. Let's start with sign number 1. You read into everything. A period at the end of a text. A shorter reply than usual. Someone taking 2 hours instead of 20 minutes to respond. Your brain doesn't just notice it. It builds a whole story around it. Are they mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Are they losing interest? This is what psychologists call hypervigilance to rejection. Your nervous system is scanning for danger, constantly, even when there isn't any. Sign number 2. You feel a need to be chosen over and over again. One, I love you isn't enough. You need it again tomorrow, and the day after that. It's not that you're needy for no reason. It's that reassurance gives you temporary relief from an anxiety that never fully goes away. Now, here's the part that's actually kind of wild. This need for constant reassurance, it activates the same brain regions as physical pain relief. Getting reassured literally soothes you on a neurological level, which means when you don't get it, it can feel like actual pain. Not in your head pain. Real, physical discomfort. Sign number 3, you lose yourself in relationships. Your mood depends on their mood. Their bad day becomes your bad day. You start liking the shows they like, adopting their opinions, shaping your whole identity around keeping them close. I remember doing this with a friendship, actually. Not even romantic. I'd cancel plans I actually wanted to do, just to make sure I was available if they needed me. That's not loyalty. That's fear wearing loyalty's mask. Now this is where it gets interesting, because none of this is random. There's actual science behind it. This all comes from something called attachment theory. Psychologist John Bowlby developed it back in the 1950s, and later, a researcher named Mary Ainsworth ran an experiment called the strange situation. Basically, she'd have a parent leave a toddler alone in a room with a stranger, then come back, and she watched how the kid reacted. Some kids were upset when the parent left, but calmed down easily once they returned. That's secure attachment. But some kids, they were inconsolable. Even when the parent came back, they couldn't settle. They'd cling, then push away, then cling again. Angry and desperate at the same time. That's anxious attachment. And here's the crazy part. This pattern, formed before you could even form memories, can follow you for decades, into your dating life, into your marriage, into how you handle a friend not texting back. Sign number 4, and this is the one people miss constantly. You test people without meaning to. You pull away to see if they'll chase you. You get quiet to see if they'll notice. You pick a small fight, not because you're actually upset about the dishes, but because some part of you needs proof that they won't leave. It's not manipulation. It's not calculated. It's your nervous system running an old script. Prove they still want me. But here's the truth nobody talks about. The testing usually backfires. It pushes away the exact security you're desperately trying to find. Sign number 5. You're drawn to emotionally unavailable people. Ever notice how the people who text back instantly, who are consistent, who are just calm and steady, they can almost feel boring? But someone who's hot and cold, someone who keeps you slightly unsure, that can feel like electricity. Here's the truth. That's not chemistry. That's familiarity. Your nervous system recognizes that unpredictable push-pull pattern from somewhere. It feels like home, even though it's actually chaos. Secure people can feel unfamiliar, almost uncomfortable, simply because your body isn't used to peace. Sign number 6. You apologize for having needs. Sorry, I know this is a lot. Sorry for texting so much. Sorry, I just get anxious sometimes. You're not just being polite. You're preemptively managing their potential rejection before it even happens. You're trying to make yourself small enough that they won't leave. And sign number 7, the one that honestly surprised me most when I first read about it. You struggle to actually enjoy the good moments. When things are going well, when someone's being consistent, attentive, kind, instead of relaxing into it, some part of you is bracing, waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're not going to believe this next part, but researchers have a name for this. It's called vigilance without threat. Your brain is so used to looking for danger, it keeps scanning even when everything is genuinely fine. That's exhausting. And honestly, that makes me kind of sad because you deserve to actually feel the good stuff when it's happening. So here's what this means for you. If you recognized yourself in even 3 or 4 of these signs, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not broken. You are not too much. You adapted to survive something, and that adaptation made total sense at the time. The good news? Attachment styles aren't fixed. This isn't a life sentence. Researchers actually have a term for this. It's called earned secure attachment, meaning you can build security later in life, even if you didn't get it as a kid. Here's how that actually starts. First, name it. Just noticing, oh, this is my anxious attachment talking, creates a tiny gap between the feeling and the reaction. That gap is where change lives. Second, practice sitting with discomfort instead of immediately seeking reassurance. Not forever, just a little longer than usual. Let your nervous system learn that uncertainty doesn't automatically mean danger. Third, and this one matters a lot, surround yourself with consistent people, even if it feels boring at first. Your nervous system needs reps of safety to actually learn that safety is real. And honestly, therapy helps a lot here, especially attachment-focused therapy. This isn't something you have to figure out completely alone. Give yourself grace. This pattern took years to build. It's not going to unwind in a weekend, but it can unwind. So, how many of those 7 signs did you recognize? Drop the number in the comments. Honestly, I'd love to know. And if this helped you understand yourself even a little bit better, hit subscribe. I make videos like this every week, breaking down the psychology behind why we love the way we do. You made it this far for a reason. Let's keep going.